All right, so today we're going to be learning about the helicopter approach. What does it mean for anyone who is pitching or selling an idea? 3 parts. Now, number 1 being you're in the fire, you're getting an objection, you're being criticized about your idea. You want to lift yourself up like a helicopter from that burning fire, from that objection, from the negativity. You want to manage your emotions. Number 2, you want to not identify yourself with your product. You are not what you're selling. You are you, and you're just conveying a message instead. Number 3, learning how to acknowledge. And this is where it all comes together. The mindset, the attitude, and the behavior. So we're going to learn how to actually do the acknowledgement. Very important for anyone who wants to sell an idea or a product. Because we human beings are emotional, we need to learn how to manage those emotions, especially in a situation where we get criticism. It's super important that you're not identifying yourself with the problem at hand, that you gain objectivity like a helicopter, and you actually know verbally what to do, how to behave in that situation, to calm yourself down, not to feel that stress taking over. Practice the acknowledgement. I think once you understand the concept, then what you're aiming at, which is the helicopter approach, practicing the acknowledgement could be as simple as having a set of sentences or reactions, verbal reactions ready. It could be anything from you get a criticism and you reply, I understand your point of view. I hear what you're saying. I appreciate your comment. These kind of verbal sentences, they calm your stress levels down. They are signaling to your brain that it's okay. It's okay that the person doesn't like the product. It doesn't mean that they don't like me. I don't need to justify or attack back. It gives you these seconds, maybe 2 or 10, to manage your emotions and lift yourself up to the helicopter perspective. And then continue the discussion. It happens during those seconds that you are giving the acknowledgement. A part of it could actually be using silence as a tool to gain objectivity. So the whole idea of this metaphor helicopter is to gain objectivity and reach the non-identification. So you're not in the fire, you're not the problem, you're not the one being blamed or criticized. And by just telling that to yourself, even non-verbally, will calm your heart rate and will calm your stress levels down. I would say everybody, because we all have discussions every day where we want to convince someone, right? So even if it's just a normal discussion between friends or family members, that could also become a conflict. You know, you want something, the other person wants something else. How do you manage those conflicting situations? Or it's a startup pitching, or it's an executive selling something, an idea to the executive board. We all have emotions that we need to manage. And what usually happens is that you create these amazing acknowledgements and you want to practice them, and still the emotions kick in. The bigger the idea, or the more you own the idea or the pitch, the more fragile you become with your emotions. Because if you get a really hard criticism, you might still understand that I need to acknowledge and say, okay, I hear your point of view, I appreciate that. And what happens next is you continue with the sentence with but. But being the crucial problem word here, because that signals to the other person that, we're in a fight. We're actually conflicting again. So you just ruined the perfect acknowledgement. So instead, you need to practice consciously to say, stop. The sentence ends there. And then I continue. Or you say, yes, and. Or instead of saying, yes, but. And that's what you need to train your brain to become good at and to be more conscious of. So I work with the one-on-one clients, I work with groups, I work with executives, I work with leadership teams and salespeople. It all comes back down to behavior and behavior modifications with the help of, quite often with the help of data sources. I do a lot of tool measurements with certain tools, dig deep into your performance to understand how you're behaving at the moment. Easiest is book a call with me. You go to my website, www.sagaperformance.com. Of course, also in social media, you get the links, and have a chat with me. Let's figure out what you need, and then we can also talk about the cost that you mentioned.